Hello everyone, welcome back. We've read that a few times, so I'm going to ignore it. I realised just now when I started this emulator that the frames per second were at 27. And they were at 27. What's going on? Oh. They were at 27 because I'd accidentally slowed down whatever the word is. I'd slowed the emulation down to 90% at some point. So there's a chance that the last video was accidentally recorded at 90% of the game's normal speed. I don't know if that's the case yet, but yeah, there's a chance. Hopefully not. Oh, it's this guy again. Okay. Oni-chan, Gokuro-sama. Okay, so Oni-chan, young man, and Gokuro-sama is just kind of the same as Otsukare-sama. It just sort of acknowledges that someone has been exerting effort or doing work or something. It's like an acknowledgement. It kind of implied within that is like, you know, thank you, but it's not explicitly said. It's just kind of like, you know, an acknowledgement of someone's work, and implied is kind of a gratitude. Oba-chan tachi ne. Okay. Sagashimono o mitsuketa wa. Okay. Oba-chan tachi, so, you know, we. And then ne, nothing, really. Just like a right in the middle. We, right? You know, it's nothing. Sagashimono o mitsuketa. So we found the thing for which we were searching. And then wa, again, a feminizing ending. Hora, Oni-chan ga shinden de mitsuketa copy roddo. Okay, so hora, like, I don't know, man, what is hora here? Check it out. I don't know what hora is. Behold. Oni-chan ga shinden de mitsuketa copy rod. So it's all just modifying copy rod. So it's the copy rod that young man found in the temple. Demo sore zuibun to mukashi no mono dakara ima wa mou malyoku ga kirechatteru mitai ne. Okay, demo, but sore, that, zuibun to, I guess to here is like an adverbifier. Adverbifier. That's probably what I want to say, isn't it? Adverbifier. So zuibun just means very much, and then mukashi, long ago. So very muchly long ago, I suppose you could see it as. Not mono. So it is an object of very muchly long ago. Dakara, so. Ima wa, now, more, anymore, I suppose. Malyoku, magic power. Kirechatteru. It is ceased. It exists, you know. Having ceased, it exists having run out. It has ended, I suppose. And then mitai, just kind of looks as though, seems as though. And then net, just a rhetorical agreement seeker. Komatta wa, so just, yeah, that's concerning, you know, that's it's past tense, but it to translate it, you kind of can't leave it in past tense for English. It's kind of like, you know, that's troubling, that's worrying, that's concerning. And then yatto osora ni kaereru to omotta no ni. Okay, so the no ni here, just kind of a regretful, even though. It's like saying even though, but in regret. It's not, I've noticed it's not always regretful, but usually it is, I think. No ni. Not always, but usually it is, I think. Yaddo, at last. Osora, the sky. Ni, to. Kaereru, just the potential form of kaeru, meaning to return. And then to omotta. So finally we were able to return to the sky, I thought. And then no ni, a regretful even though. Oba-chan, malyoku o yadosu jumon mo sukkari wasurechatta. Okay, Oba-chan, so just referring to herself. Malyoku o yodosu. Is that even right? Was it yadoru? Yadosu, maybe. Let me actually check that. Yes, yadosu. Yadosu. Okay. Malyoku o yadosu jumon. Jumon is just like an incantation, a spell. Yeah, so just that kind of thing. Like a chant, an incantation, or a magic words, maybe, something like that. And then mo, so maybe also or even the spell in which magic power kind of, yadosu. So it's like, yadosu is a transitive verb, so it's like to imbue. It's like to imbue something. Oh, okay. I see. I think it's like, so she's well, let's go with this. She's forgotten, obviously. Wasurechatta, she is undesirably forgotten. Sukkari, I guess, just means completely in this case, like to have completely forgotten. The incantation that imbues magic power. And in this case, you know, I suppose that means into the rod, right? It imbues magic power into the rod. Initially, I thought that it was a spell in which magic power resides, but I don't think it is that anymore because this is transitive. I think it's a spell that actually, you know, grants magic power to other things. But yeah, she's forgotten it. Shikata nai kara saki ni roddo ni hannou suru sekizo o sagasou kashira. I don't know how to intonate that. That's a woman-only thing. And people very rarely say it, I think. Kashira, actually. So, shikata nai is just, you know, there does not exist, you know, anything to be done. There's nothing to be done. There's no way. There is no method. There's no solution, I suppose. Kara, so because that is the case, saki ni, before doing something else, you know, saki ni, before we do something. Roddo ni hannou suru sekizo. So the stone statues that react, respond. Hannou suru. They respond to the rod. And then sagasou, like, you know, and then kashira is like kana, it's like I wonder. Like, shall I search, shall we search for the stone statues that respond to the rod? I wonder. Yeah. Kimari. So, yeah, just yes. And then kimari, it's decided. I've decided kind of thing. Kimari. So shimashou. Let's do that, basically. Let's do so. Let's act so. So shimashou, she's just said it twice, okay. Ja, Oba-chan, mou iku wa ne. Mata ne. So Ja, with that, Oba-chan, me, mou. I don't know, iku. Would you even say it like that? Mou iku wa ne. Iku. I know this goes up, it's like iku, like intonation wise, but would that happen here? Mou iku wa ne. Maybe. Anyway, so sort of shortly, I suppose, in this case. Shortly, I will go. And then mata ne, just again, you know, like let's meet again. Oh, gross. She's creepy, man. Oi! Kopiroto wa dou suru n da yo? Okay. So just kind of a reactionary noise to her running away, I guess. And then oi, calling after her. Kopiroto wa, so yeah, just the copy rod. Dou suru n da yo? Like, kind of. The grammar here is simply like how do, like how act, but implied as like how shall we act, what should we do? And then undayo is just kind of a very inquisitive way of asking, like, you know, what are we supposed to do, you know? Ichimatta na, so just kind of undesirably, you know, she left, she has gone, hasn't she? And yeah. We obviously didn't want that to happen because we had things to ask, but yeah. 使い物にならないもの持ってたって荷物になるだけだけどどうする? Okay. Oh my gosh, where do we start with this? I suppose this quoting te is sort of setting up kind of it's setting the second half of the sentence up to sort of define what this first half means. And here you have kind of, where do we start defining this first half? Okay, so I suppose it's like I think even the ta might be a part of that. Tatte. Anyway, so it's setting up a definition for the first half of the sentence. So it's like kind of motsu is to possess. So it's like possessing or having an item, an item that sort of will not amount to is kind of, it will not be, it will not become, it will not amount to something we can use. So in much more natural kind of English, it's like, you know, having something that we can't use kind of means or is the same as, it's, let's just continue, shall we? Nimotsu ni naru dakedo. It's like it merely amounts to being luggage, you know, it's just extra stuff to carry. So yeah, she's saying like, you know, having something we can't use it's just the same as having luggage, you know, it's just extra stuff. It has no use. And then dakedo just kind of saying, you know, even though that's the case, I suppose. And then dosuru just kind of, you know, what do you want to do? What do you want to do about that? What shall we do? I don't know what this is here actually. What is this? Is she thinking, or is she going? I don't know. I don't know the intonation for this. So yeah, oba-chan sora ni kaeru to ka itte ta kedo. Okay, so yeah here is like a shortening of so ieba, I think, which is kind of the same as like saying having said so, if we say so, having said that. Ano oba-chan, so just kind of ano, that oba-chan, that guy just now, sora ni kaeru, return to the sky, toka. So the toka here is just kind of acting as like a non-verbatim kind of quote. I should probably use this myself actually. Sometimes I'm kind of thinking out loud there. Never mind. But yeah, it's sort of like she said something along the lines of this, and well, the iteta is where she's saying said. That's you is to say, right? So she was saying something along the lines of, you know, return to the sky. Yeah. So having said that, that creature just now was saying something along the lines of return to the sky, wasn't she? Saigo no kagami no kakera ga aru basho mo... Oh, okay. Tenku. Okay. Yep. So it's kind of the place that exists, the last mirror's shard also was the sky, you know. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So she's, you know, she's just saying that that's also the location of the last mirror shard, mirror fragment. Moshi kopiroto ni malyoku o modosu koto ga dekitara nani ka yaku ni tatsu kana? So moshi just setting up an if, a conditional basically. So kind of if コピーロードに魔力を戻すことができたら、so kind of, yeah, just if we can return the magic power to the copy rod, 何か sort of in some way or somehow 役に立つ it will be helpful. And then kana, just kind of thinking out, like wondering out loud, right? So I wonder if it will be helpful somehow to if we are able to return the magic power to the copy rod. Of course it will. We can just warp, right? Let's go to... Do we need to go to Kakariko? I've read ahead a little bit. I read a guide because I don't want to mess about not knowing what to do. And the guide said to come here. But I don't know if it's required. It probably is. I should assume it is. What up? Oh bloody hell, look at him. Just constantly ready to fight. That's great. Oh! I didn't mean to do that. Can I skip this guy? Yeah, I can. Okay. I don't want to talk to anyone I don't have to. Well, sometimes I do, but not now. Oh, omae-san, omachi shite imashita. Okay, so just a noise and then our name. And then omachi shite imashita, just a keigo-y way of saying we've been waiting. What is this? Loho desu. Maybe. Umaku ikeba Ilia-san no kyoku ga torimodosemasu yo. Okay, let me check this. Loho? Maybe. I guess just good news, right? Oh, yeah, excellent. Okay, I read it right. Good. Perfect. I'm really happy about that. Good news. Loho. Actually, do you know what? Just because I can, I'm going to look up the intonation. Lo ho. Oh, it goes up. Lo ho. It usually goes down a little bit, doesn't it? I'm getting a bit Chinese here, maybe. I'm sort of starting to go a bit tonesy. Lo ho. I don't know how it. How do you lo ho? Maybe. But you don't want to go down, I guess. You don't want to go do ho. That's probably very wrong. Do ho. I feel like there's just a slight sort of less than a semitone difference in the pitch of the last like mora usually. Anyway, yeah, something like that. So good news. And then umaku ikeba. Umaku iku is basically to go well, quite literally. Well, it just translates very naturally. It's quite a nice translation. Quite a good, like, one-to-one translation. So, if it goes well, Ilia-san no kyoku, Ilia's memory, ga tori modosemasu. We can kind of get it back. We can take it back. And then yo, just for fun. Teruma-san no shiriai de, Shaddo toyu kata o gozonji desu ka? Yeah. Yes, we do. Teruma-san no shiriai de? Why is there de here? De? I don't know why that's de and not just no. But never mind. Okay, so Teruma-san, obviously Telma. Not shiriai. Shiriai is just like an acquaintance. It's not so much a friend. It's someone you know. You know, friend would be, friend. Friend would be someone you probably meet with often, you like a lot, and they like you, But shiriai, yes, is an acquaintance, someone you know. And then shaddo is just the name, and then toyu is basically just saying to be called, and then kata is a polite way of saying person. And then gozonji desu ka is the keigo-y polite way of saying, you know, do you know someone? Do you know something? Do you know someone? So yeah, do you know the person called Shad who is an acquaintance of Telma's? Nandemo tenku ni tsuite shirabete iru rashiku, sekizou o misete hoshii to tazunete korareta no de, kyoukai no chikashitsu ni otoshi shimashita. Good lord. Okay. So nandemo, I don't know what this is, man. What is nandemo? Is that like saying whatever the case? Or is it saying, is it related to the rest of the sentence and it's saying that he is investigating anything related about, you know, about the sky? Let's have a look here, man. Nandemo. Because I feel like we've seen it before where it just kind of meant whatever the case, but I might have misunderstood it. Anyway, nandemo, it might be nandemo tenku ni tsuite shirabete iru rashiku. I think it might be like anything about the sky. And then shirabeteru, like he is investigating anything about the sky. And then lashi, basically, dashi is just apparently, or it's, you know, unconfirmed information. It's like, you know, he doesn't, yeah, it's just being on the safe side. I feel it's just sort of not sounding too sure of something that you're saying, maybe. Or it's like apparently. I like to translate it as apparently because it does work quite a lot of the time. And then it's just lashku because the sentence is continuing. So that's the only reason it's lashku and not lashi this time. So yeah, apparently he is investigating anything to do with the sky. And sekizo misete hoshii to. So that's just kind of quoting. It's just kind of, yeah. Quoting the attitude or the mood or the intent behind why he came. Let's start here actually. So tazuneru is to sort of visit somewhere, and then, you know, this is just kuru but in kind of polite form, korareta. So you can kind of ignore the fact that it's polite form. It's basically he just came visiting with the intent, I suppose, is kind of what To's doing. And then sekizo o misete hoshii. It's just, you know, he to kind of desire to well, basically, hoshi on the end of te form verbs is just that you want someone else to do something, isn't it? So it's just like, I want you to show me the stone statues. And that's from Shad's perspective. So he came wanting to be shown the stone statues is all that's going on here. But I'm obviously trying to keep it in it kind of its Japanese form whilst explaining it in English, so it's quite hard for me to do. And then anyway, so he came wanting to be shown the stone statues, and then no de, so kyokai, the church, and then not chikashitsu, the church's basement room, ni otoshi shimashita. And we've seen that before. Torsu is just sort of to pass something through something. In this case, it's just, you know, he's let him through the passage to the basement. So he has passed Shad through the sort of hallway or the corridor to the basement. So yeah, otoshi shimashita. And again, that's just in keigo because this guy's that sort of person. He speaks very properly. Sono toki, Ilya-san wa jibun ga dareka ni tasuke rare, sono hito kara tenku no tsue no hanashi o kikasareta koto o 少しだけ思い出したようなのです。Okay. So sonotoki, that time, sort of when I did that, when I let him through to the basement. Ilya-san wa, obviously now we're talking about Ilya, because, you know, he's brought her up as the topic with wa. So at that time, Ilya, jibun ga dareka ni tasukerare. Okay, herself, basically, herself by someone, tasukerare. So was helped by someone. She herself was helped by someone. Sono hito kara, from that person who helped her. Tenku no tsue no hanashi. The sky, kind of tsue. What's tsue? It's a cane. It can be like a cane or a walking stick or something like that. So tenku no tsue no hanashi. So a story or spoken information of a sky cane. Kikasareta koto. God, we've got so much information going on here. So she kind of was caused to hear spoken information of a rod of the skies from that person by whom she was helped. And then koto is kind of just like the phenomenon of that happening. So the phenomenon of being caused to hear such spoken information. Skoshi dake, a little only, she remembered. So she remembered the phenomenon. She remembered only a little of the phenomenon of being caused to hear spoken information of the rod of the sky from that person who helped her. And then even on that, we've got yo, meaning that it seems as though, it looks as though she has recalled the phenomenon of hearing such information by the person who helped her. And then nano des, just explanatory information. So we've got all sorts going on in there, and to put that into English is very hard for me. Goro no choro ga yu ni wa. I don't know what that is actually. Goro no choro ga yu ni wa. Kyoku no. What is this? I don't even want to guess actually. I'll just let's just look it up. We've got tatsu in there if my dictionary is good enough. Yes, it is. And then we've got kata. There it is. Dun pen. Okay. Dun pen. Which is obviously here. Fragment, crumb, shred, bits and pieces. So just, yeah. Yeah, okay, fine. Fragment. Kyoku no danpen o tadotte tsunagi awaseba ushinawareta kyoku o torimodosu koto ga dekiru sou desu. Okay. So I guess this first bit is Goro no choro ga yu ni wa. It's just like, is this like according to or within what the Goron elder says? I think we'll just go with that. Kyoku no danpen wo tadotte tsunagi awaseba. I guess tadoru must just mean like to manage to do. No, it's to follow. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, okay, so Kyoku no danpen, we have like memory fragments. And then tadotte, like follow those fragments, you know, sort of link them together, well, not even that really. Follow them. And then tsunagi awaseba. Tsunagu is to be joined together. So I guess it's just... And then awaseru is to sort of combine as well. It's to cause to meet, to cause to unionize, to unify, I suppose, is awaseru. To unify. Is that even a word? Unify? Yeah, it is, right. I hope so. Okay. So if we follow them and kind of link them and unify them, the memory fragments. Ushinawareta kyoku, kind of a lost memory. Torimodosu koto ga dekiru. We can take back, we can get back a lost memory. And then so is like, he's sort of, it's saying that it's being unsure. It's like saying it seems as though that's the case. According to what the Goran says, it seems we can get back memories, a lost memory in this way. And then toyu koto wa, just meaning, this is just what that means is, basically, toyu koto wa. It just means what that means is. Yeah, so what that means is, 助けてくれたその人のところまで彼女の行動を遡っていけば、そこに記憶を取り戻す手がかりがあるはず。Okay. 助けてくれたその人のところまで. So until the place of that person's... That's kind of tough, actually. Until the place of the person who helped her, basically. 彼女の行動を遡っていけば. What does that mean? 助けてくれたその人のところまで彼女の行動を遡っていけば. Who's Kanojo here? Is this Ilya? 彼女の行動を遡っていけば. Sakanoboru is to go back in time. Or to, I guess, to retrace or something. So I guess it's just if we go retracing her, maybe it is Ilya. Ilya's kind of actions. Kodo is just like conduct, actions, behavior, maybe deeds. So yeah, if we... maybe it's like if we retrace her... If we... Maybe not retrace. If we sort of redo... If we maybe work backwards. If we work backwards through her actions until... Is that right? Until the point... Yeah, until the... Oh, okay. Is it? Is this Tokoro like a point in time? Maybe it's until the moment of that person helping her? Or it could be the physical place of the person, of where the person helped her. I'm not sure. But yeah, if we sort of do that, if we work backwards, soko ni, at that point or at that place, kiyoku o torimodosu tegakari ga aru hazu. So hazu just meaning an expectation that something should be the case, or yeah, so there should exist, I suppose, there should exist a clue. Tegakari is just a clue. And then I suppose kiyoku o torimodosu is modifying that. So a clue of how to get back her memory. Oh man, that's complicated, isn't it? Tashika, kono mura ni kuru mae wa ano teruma-san ni sewa ni natta to kiite imasu. Okay, tashika, so undoubtedly or for sure or certainly. Kono mura ni kuru mae. So before coming to this village, ano teruma-san, that Telma, ni sewa ni natta. It's like she was being aided by, she was helped by, I suppose. Yeah, she was helped by that Telma. To kiite imasu. I exist having heard, I suppose, basically. I exist having heard that she was helped by Telma before she came to the village. Mazu wa kanojo ni kiite miru to yoi deshou. Okay. So I feel desho just being kind of like a confident or maybe a polite rhetorical agreement seeking thing. Yeah, maybe. And then mazu wa, so first, kanojo ni, to her, referring to Telma here, of course. Kiite miru to yoi. So to try asking is, you know, is best, I suppose, or you should try asking her first. And then Deshio just kind of like, right? Am I wrong? Maybe. Kore o Teruma-san ni watashite kudasai. Okay, so this Teruma-san ni to Telma. Watasu is just to, you know, to exchange something, to hand something over, right? Watashite kudasai. So please give this to Telma. Oh, she's going to be very happy that it's from him, right? I think she had a bit of a thing for him, right? Leonardo no tegami o azukatta. Okay, so Renado's letter, and then azukaru is just to take custody of, or to take for safekeeping. So yeah, you got his letter, basically. Ilia no kyoku o torimodosu tame no chiryou no houhou ga kuwashiku kakareteiru. Interesting. Okay. Ilia no kyoku o torimodosu tame no. Okay. Chiryou no houhou. Okay, fine. So I feel like this entire first bit is modifying houhou, which is just a way, a method, a means. So I guess a method, actually. A method of chiryou is like curing or treatment. So a method of treatment of the purpose of getting back Ilia's memory. And then kuwashiku, just sort of meaning detailedly. And then kakareteiru, exists, being written. Yeah. Y-X o ni setto shite miseru. So show it after having said it to Y or X. Jitsu wa watashi doumo ano hito ga nikate deshite. Oh, damn. Damn, dude. Poor Telma. Okay, so jitsu wa actually, watashi, I, doumo. I guess doumo is maybe just like whatever I do, maybe. No matter what, perhaps. Anohito, that person. Nigate. Nigate is like kind of a polite way of saying that you don't like someone for whatever reason. Nigate. It's sort of nigate. It sort of means, it's just a polite way of saying you don't like something. I feel like it's kind of taking blame for your own sort of, your own dislike. So it's kind of polite. It's a very polite way of saying you don't like something or someone. Nigate. What a great text box. Nigate deshite. So basically deshite here as well is just the same as de. It's just more polite because it's, you know, because he speaks properly. So no matter what, I can't bring myself to like that person. It's sort of like he's tried maybe, but he blames himself for not liking them. It's, you know, yeah, he doesn't like her, basically. Sa, omae-san, faito desu. Okay, so now, omae, faito. Faito is ridiculous. It's really improperly used in Japanese. It's basically the same as like gambatte. I feel it's just kind of like, you know, hang in there, do your best, give it your best shot, kind of thing. Faito. Yeah, I can't stand the way it's used. It's terrible. But there you go. What should I do, man? I feel like we've got a lot left. Look at him. I'd probably better leave it. He's got some pink on his back. Do I need to talk to Shad? I don't think I do. Should I care about this? I might just leave it. Maybe we'll just leave it. Yeah. Oh man, I shouldn't have come down here. I've got to climb out now. Climbing takes ages. I know we've got quite a lot left. Like, we have to go and see Telma. And then we have to go to the doctor. And then we have to get back a statue. And then we have to bring it back here. And then we have to go to, like, a hidden village. Oh, we got loads to do. I think it was stuff like this that put me off this game. Before. All these really long bits in the middle. Yeah, really long bits in the middle of, in between dungeons. Alrighty. I did get a letter, by the way. But it's from Renato. So I think it was supposed to arrive before I went to see him. But we might read it. I think I will talk to Telma. Because I don't think she'll have much to say. She might have. Can I just shove this letter out? Okay, nice. Ian, Leonardo. What was it again? Bokushi kara janai ka. So Ian, just kind of a. That's kind of a. What is that? Yeah, it's kind of a. What is? How do I describe that? What? Yeah, how do you even describe that? It's just kind of a. I don't know. It's a bit like an embarrassed kind of reaction noise, I feel. Well, not embarrassed maybe, but it's kind of like, you know, trying to be. How do you describe that? Yeah. Kind of like a reserved. I don't know, man. Jan, kind of just a. I don't know the words for it in English for it, but she's happy to get it right. She's kind of like, oh no, it's from Renato, like in, you know, that kind of thing. I don't think it necessarily means oh no, you know, but it's kind of that sort of reaction. It's like, oh, what's this, you know, kind of like a bit. I don't know. She obviously likes him, right? So it's kind of, it's that sort of reaction. Anyway, I've spent way too long saying nothing there, so sorry about that. Leonardo Bokushi, so just, what was his name again? Renato, maybe. Shaman, Kara, so from him, and then Janaika, is not this from him? Like, you know, she's obviously happy to receive it. Takedo. 肝心な私のことが何も書かれてないじゃない。Okay. So, but 肝心な私のこと? 肝心な私のこと? What was 肝心 again? Was that like fundamentally or something, wasn't it? Maybe it is. Here we go. Look. So maybe it's like crucial, vital. Okay. Kanjin na watashi no koto. So I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I guess just kind of vital, essential. You know, she obviously perceives. She wants to read about herself in the letter, right, from him. Because she likes him. But She's not getting that. So it's like the all important points, I suppose, about me. You know, the things that she wants most to read, the essential information about herself. Nani mo kakarete nai. It's like they do not exist being written. Well, nani mo means like, you know, nani mo with a negative means, you know, nothing at all, basically. So, you know, nothing at all is written. None of the essential information I want to read about myself is here. The crucial information about me. Nothing is written. And then janai, kind of, is not that the case, right? So there's nothing about me in here, though, is there, kind of thing. So she's obviously disappointed to find that out. Maiya. So this is pretty common phrase. It just means like, well, kind of, you know, whatever, you know, like not in a negative way. I don't think, like, it sounds negative in English to say it that way, but it's not. It's like, it's just like well, never mind kind of thing. Never mind sort of thing. So maiya, sore yori, kind of, you know, more importantly, jijo wa yoku wakatta yo. Jijo, is that right? Is that like sort of just the situation? And I don't know what that means. Is this sore yori? Jijo wa yoku wakatta. The fact that she's saying sore yori leads me to believe that she's talking about Ilia's situation. But if sore yori wasn't in there, I would think maybe this was related to her situation with him. Which I suppose it could still be. Anyway, so yoku wakatta. So she understands well the jijo, the sort of situation. Maybe. Okay, yeah, I think I was right. Okay. Kawaii Ilia no tame kyōryoku shiyou janai ka. Okay, kawaii, obviously just, you know, sweet, lovely. Ilia no tame. The purpose, for the sake of the lovely Ilia. Kyōryoku shiyou janai ka, like, you know, shall not I, you know, kind of do my best, shall not I help as best I can, kind of thing. と言っても、他に知ってることなんて、So, yeah, I suppose toitemo also is kind of like saying, having said that, even if I say that. Hoka ni shitteru koto nante. And nante is, you know, belittling what comes before it sometimes, or expressing... What's the word here, man? Nante. It's like expressing... what's the word? There's a D word I feel that I want to use. It's expressing like... what's the word, man? This isn't the word, but maybe like disbelief at being asked. It's kind of like, you know, she can't possibly think of anything else she knows, so she's putting nante on this, like, so you're asking me for other information, like, you know, I don't know anything else. It's kind of that sort of vibe is what nante's doing, I believe. Saisho, so sort of the most first, at first, the very first. Kono mise ni Ilia o tsurete kita no wa ano toki no isha no sensei nandayo. Okay, so at first, kono mise ni, to this shop, Ilia o tsurete kita no wa. So the kind of the brought Ilia to this shop. ano toki no isha no sensei nanda. And then kind of was. So the brought Ilya to this store was that time's well, Isha is just a doctor, isn't it? Doctor, and then sensei is just a word they use for doctors in Japan. So it's just kind of, you don't really need sensei on there. It's just that time's doctor. And what she means by that time, I think, is that time that we both experienced. When Link came in. Is that even true? When Link came in, there was a doctor, wasn't there? Who sort of said that he couldn't help anymore? Yeah, that did happen, didn't it? I remember the scene, because Ilya tried to follow him out, and then she looked at Link, and obviously we were kind of expecting her to recognize us, and she totally didn't. She just turned away. So yeah, that did happen. So I wonder if she's saying ano toki, as in like that time that we both experienced. The doctor from that time that we both saw. But it might not be. It could just be her recalling in her memory that distant time from her own memory. But I'm not sure. Anyway, so the person, the brought Ilya to here was that doctor. Ano sensei nara nani ka shitteru kamoshiranai kedo nansei? Okay, fine. Kimuzukashiya dakara ne, maybe. Ano sensei nara, so that, especially in the case of that doctor. Nanka shitteru kamoshiranai kedo. Nanika, something. Shitteru, knows. Kamoshiranai, probably. Kedo, so he probably knows something. But, nanse, I guess that's just the same as like... like no matter what, it's kind of like he is always this way, maybe. Nanse, yeah, at any rate, anyhow, like maybe just kind of always, all the time, no matter the day, no matter the case, no matter his mood, or however you look at it or something. Kimuzukashiya. This ya here, it often means like when someone has a tendency of a certain trait, they are of a certain personality type. I think there's a word, is it hazukashi gariya or something like that, which is when someone is of a certain, they're of a trait, they have a trait of being shy. And this ya is used at the end of it. So kimuzukashi just to me seems that he's disagreeable, basically. Kimuzukashi, hard to please, moody, crusty. Yeah, so I think the ya there is just sort of, he is a person of this sort of personality type. So yeah, he's a moody guy. He's always a bit moody. So sort of, even though he knows something, he's a hard person to talk to. Yeah. Soda, kore o motte ki na. Okay, so yeah, kind of just having remembered something, right? Oh, okay, that's right. Kore o motte ki na. I guess take this and then come back, maybe. Or is it motteiki? She might have... Yeah, I think she might have omitted the E here. So it's like, take this. Go having possessed this, Possess this and go. Take this and go. Yeah. And then kimuzukashiya ga oshaberi ni naru maho no kami sa. Okay. So basically, maho no kami, we've got like kind of magic paper. So it's magic paper, and then the information before it is modifying it. So it is magic paper that kimuzukashiya ga disagreeable people. Oshaberi ni naru will become sort of talkative. It's magic paper that makes, moody people, very talkable. Very, very, talkable, I guess. That's not a word, is it? But you know what I mean. Seikyusho o azukatta. So the same verb as we got from Renado's letter. You acquired the seikyusho, I think, which is just a kind of, I think both of these words mean to request, so it's like a request document. I saw in the guide it was the invoice, I think, right? It was called the invoice in English. So yeah, just a request document. You acquired the request document. Maybe machi isha ga tsuke de nonda sake dai na seikyusho. Okay, so it's an invoice of, what is dai? Dai is just like costs related to a certain thing. So in this case, of course, it is an alcohol cost, basically. So it's an invoice of the alcohol cost that the town doctor has drunk, I suppose. I don't know what ske is. Ske is. Is that a tab? Hold on. Ske. It's going to be hard to find because there's going to be loads of possibilities. I don't know if I want to put it in katakana. Maybe I should do the reverse and search in English, but there's so many entries. Good lord. Okay, let's do it in English. Do Americans call it a tab? Oh look, there you go. First entry, that was lucky. It's called a tab, right, in the States as well, I think. Anyway, so a tab for later payment. So it's when it's when you order drinks but you don't pay until weeks later or at the end of the night maybe. So put it on the tab, So it's an invoice of the drink costs that the doctor has drunk, on a tab, via a tab, using a tab. Me no kuramu yona kingaku ga kakarete-iru. Okay. Me no kuramu yona kingaku. So I wonder if it's just a cost that would seem to cause this, maybe. Or it's a cost, it's an amount of money that it's an amount of money such that this happens, maybe. Me no kuramu. I guess it's such a high amount of money that your eyes do something. Let's look up kuramu here. To be dazzled by. Okay, kuramu. Or to become dark. So I guess it's saying that it's such a high amount of money that you'd be your eyes will kind of shoot open. Is that even a word? It's so high that you're just like, what the hell, kind of thing. And then kakarete-iru just exists, being written, right? YX ni setto shite miseru. So show it using Y or X. Omae, hayaku omoidasu to ii ne. What's that? I don't know what this is. Hayaku omoidasu to ii ne. What does that mean? So basically, quickly, omoidasu to ii. Basically, a verb and then to ii is kind of just that would be good. So it's it would be great. Or let's hope, I suppose, is a translation, a natural translation. Let's hope that, someone remembers quickly or soon or before long, maybe. So I guess she's referring to Elia? Yeah, okay. If there was no other information, then I'm going to have to assume it was Elia. So, yeah, just let's hope she gets her memory back soon, I think. Yeah, it must be, right? I don't know what else it could be. Alright, anyway, obviously it's the end. I'm running in a circle. This very clearly announces the end of the video. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and or support if you want. Yeah, thanks to my patrons, and I'll see you next time.